Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a weekly segment that makes us better at being football people and look deeper into what is happening on the football field every single Sunday, Monday, Thursday, America, England, Mexico, Germany, everything like that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Everything DB.
Let's go. Let's get to this first play. We've actually shown this highlight a couple times. St. Brown to the crib on this one. Third, as you can see down here. Second quarter.
Hey, that's been a nice addition to Everything DB down there.
Great job. Way to
go, Bruce.
Way to go, Bruce.
Shots Piero.
DB up there in the flat area right now, but it's 3rd and 13. So at this point, we're calling the defense, whether it's man or zone. You give up a completion, get it. If it's shorter sticks, just get him on the ground. And when you're coming from zone coverage especially, it's so important to tackle with leverage. So you're going to see St. Brown come from the left side on, once again, a long yardage situation, 3rd and 13. So you pause it right here on the catch. Right now you'll have this defender out here. So outside in should be a vice tackle. I believe this is David. It should be inside up. Perfect. Vice tackle. That's what it should be. He's going to catch the ball, get past the linebacker, and then once again, now you should have another vice from that side. So it should almost be like a triangle when it comes to tackling this player, which will be well short of the first down markers. You'll see he's right here. He's almost already in a bad situation because of how he's facing. He should almost kind of have his shoulder square, and it's obviously much easier said here than done on the football field. Boom, you get around. Now he gets around the edge, gives him his body to get, bomb, the block to break it loose and turn it to a touchdown. But it all comes down to leverage. So zone coverage, if you give up a pass, that's what you want. You want to throw short of the sticks, and you want to rally and tackle.
You're allowing that completion, aren't you?
No cover zone. I talked about it before. When you're playing zone coverage, 6 yards and under, especially in a 3rd and long situation, give up the catch, get him on the ground. You got it. You got this guy right here. Right now he knows it. Damn it, boom. Then you get this big block, huge block from the receiver, knocked him about 5 yards from the point of contact, and he takes it to the crib. So it's as simple as leverage. What's that?
It's not as easy as pursuit angle for sure. It's not easy to do. Like, you guys make it all look so incredibly easy, but boy, now that we're showcasing it, he does have a bad angle at this thing. Yep. You know what I mean? It's almost like, did he think he was going to cut up? Was he trying to predict that he was going to cut up? What did he think?
He's in a tougher spot, and then you do have a lot of different. He's in a tough spot right now because he wasn't set, once he caught it. But right here, knowing you have these guys out here, and I've been in this position a ton as a nickel, like, you got to take a shot. I'm a big believer, especially in zone defense, and AJ probably tested this with the coaches he had. Go full speed and take your shot. Go to saw this outside leg, and he should be taking his shot inside out. Now, if you're one-on-one in open field, when you have to break down and make an open field tackle, that's the toughest thing in the world to do with these athletes. But when you have other guys that pursuing, and you should know where you are on the field. You should know you're still 7-8 yards in front of the stick, so it's not like you have to, get him down.
Turns into a wall return D, but it turns into like a punt wall return Detroit has.
Yep. So right now, once he gets out there, it becomes a leverage game, and this is what great players with the ball in their hands do. They turn short gains into big ones.
Well, twofer there for Reynolds.
Yeah,
that was big.
Talks big shit too. You see that little scuffle after the play? Gotta love it.
Yeah, I tried a twofer one time on a return.
Yeah, you can see it right here too, from this back angle.
Yeah, he gets in Carlton Davis's face.
Boom. So right now, this got to be a rallying tackle. Got to be a rallying. Like, this is, you make that play, boom, and you know that next Monday that's going to be on low lights for sure.
There's been a lot of pulling back up of MCDC on Hard Knocks, deciding whether or not to keep Reynolds. And like, this was one of the reasons why they kept him, obviously, because he's just a dog.
I mean, that Bucks guy in that cream school jersey does not want this to be the low light that everybody remembers because how sick the jersey is. But what a highlight for Reynolds there, dude.
I mean, that's like 5 yards.
Yeah.
You just got to jog. You just got to jog off because you don't want to draw more attention to yourself. You don't want, they're talking shit. It's a little scuffle. Let's go back to how. Nah, just jog off and hope they just keep the camera on 14 celebrating.
Do you remember, like, MCDC behind the scenes? Think about how he has acted about this play.
Oh, man.
Think about
rock hard. He was so hard the second he saw this.
Look at the shit talk afterward. I mean, Connor, that's a good call. I mean, Not only does he clear out 2 fucking guys,
Boom.
2 guys, boom, boom, you can't make the tackle. He's trying to get some more, and then he's telling them about it.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we'll gnaw your kneecaps, and then we'll get up and keep doing it. It's like, this is everything that their program pretty much is.
Yeah, he says in that clip, we got to keep him because he's a culture guy. We got to build a culture, and Craig was a big part of that. Third-string running back. It's huge.
Yeah, good for the brand new Lions. All right, here we go.
Now, for the brand new Lions, same old Cooper Kupp. So right here, you'll see him. Now, talk about leverage all the time. We just saw it in that play when it comes to the tackle, but leverage is huge in coverage as well. This is a split safety look. So even though he's showing down, his disguise is that he's a down safety and it's going to be a single high safety back here. It's actually going to be split safety, so something like a quarters look. And when you're a corner in quarters, typically you're going to be outside leverage. If you can run it to the beginning, once again, third quarter, 9 minutes left on the clock, 3rd and 9. So right now, this is essentially becomes a 4-point play because you want to hold him to a field goal in this situation. And he's right now almost a yard inside the numbers, Cooper Kupp, with his original alignment. So if you're this corner, with knowing you have inside help, you have to be outside leverage. Because if you're not, you'll never be right against Cooper Kupp and Matt Stafford. And what Cooper Kupp does, probably the best job in the league, is getting right on your toes and then making a break. So he's right there. Like, there's so much space. That DB has to open his hips, and as soon as he does that, Cooper Kupp breaks out, and the ball is right there on the pylon. Like, you're not making that play if you don't have the proper leverage beforehand. So this play, he almost won with leverage before this play even started because of where he is as a corner. Now, this is tough if you're one-on-one, because you always have to protect your inside when you're in this red area especially. But when you know you have your help in here, you have to be outside leverage as a corner.
Bro, Stafford and Kupp are hilarious.
Oh, yeah. Same brain.
Like Puka Nacua, I believe something potentially happened to him, and he didn't have as big an oblique injury. He had an incredible start. I think we were all like, wow, there's going to be 2 Cooper Kupps. But then what we forgot about whenever Stafford and Kupp were together on the field, there was a ball going to one person who was open all the time. And I assume that he's running the same thing as like Travis Kelce with like, hey, I'm going to get open. I assume that is happening.
It's more timing. So it's more like, hey, you're going to be in that spot. And once again, he's an artist when it comes to this. Like, getting on, like, running to him, because that's so tough as a DB when you're keeping that straight stem as a receiver. Reggie Wayne was really good at this. You don't know which way they're going to go. He just gets right on your toes, puts that foot into you and break out, and then that ball's right on the point. But to your point, since he's been back, 15 catches, 266 yards, and a TD in 2 games.
2 weeks.
Picked up right where he left off.
AJ, that's awesome.
Yeah, the problem is they make this look way too easy. He and Stafford, like this is beautiful timing,
Facts.
Beautiful route. Like they make this look way too easy.
And now they got the 9 and Dime podcast that you can listen to how they built their chemistry so quickly.
And they're going to need him big time because Kyron Williams is going to be out. They're saying maybe for the next several weeks, and he's been
They just got a run game with Kyron.
He's been a massive part of their offense. So good thing that Cooper Kupp is healthy and coming back.
So first quarter, 3rd and goal. This will be real quick. Something you see week in and week out. We talked about the red area, how it comes down to play design and getting players open. This is too easy as a defense. This is something you're going to see every week, especially with these type of receivers, Devontae Adams, Tyreek Hill, Keenan Allen. You're going to move these guys around, and you're going to see how the defense reacts. I actually think this is like a run-pass option because I believe on the down before, they motioned the guy across as well, but they bumped him. And once the offense sees that you bump with the motion, they know that this guy is going to switch off and be on Keenan Allen, which is Stephon Gilmore. He's going to bump off and be on Keenan Allen, so he's going to have that leverage. And then this DB that's running over Jordan Lewis, I believe, he'll just end up on Johnston, and you still have kind of this extra defender. But if you run it to the beginning, once Herbert sees that there is no pass off and 2 is running with 13, he checks and looks to the pass. And the pass is not even a good throw, honestly, but he's so wide open because this guy will never – it's basically a race to the pylon. He'll never beat Keenan Allen to this pylon coming from inside leverage out.
Why do they pass off the first one, though? Because it looks like Bland is on the outside covering Keenan Allen, and then they have 2 run with him instead of –
that's the tough part, yeah. So they passed it off down here, right? But when you're coming from this side of the field all the way to the other side of the field, it's almost you got to go through in the meetings. You got to practice in the walkthroughs. Like we used to go over this ad nauseum with us because we play a lot of man coverage. So the corners already knew. And as a nickel, too, as soon as we come in this motion, like I'm yelling at Gilmore right now, like push, 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 whatever it is, bump, 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 whatever our call is, so that we know because whatever route he runs, typically it's going to be a pick route or deep 7. I just got to haul ass inside out, and I take my chances with that route as opposed to, because that's a 100%er.
Yeah,
Everybody in this office can throw that pass to a guy that open on the 1 yard line.
Yeah, that'd be cool to throw it though.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
on
yeah.
prime time too, in front of Marianne Doe.
Yeah,
Put it
exactly.
on him.
Think about how happy she was.
Oh, she was going ape shit.
So happy.
What was that?
Okay.
Sack of wine.
What was that, DB?
I don't know. I thought he was on her side yesterday.
I am on her side. I'm still on her side. She's allowed to cheer on 2 different teams.
Damn right.
Yeah, but what? Okay.
Damn
D-
right, Pat.
All right.
Need more like her.
D-Bud has 4 teams he's a
need more
fan
like
of,
her.
and he is not like how she acts at all for any of them.
No.
But he does get excited when any of them win. So he is kind of playing the field a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
You know what I mean? She is somehow 100% committed to 2 teams. Like math ain't math in there. I think that's what a lot of people are saying, but I respect it. I hope it happens more. I hope she becomes a fan of 4 teams
Yes.
and is 100% committed to 4 teams somehow.
You should.
Hell
I am
yeah.
sad that kind of won't help anybody for the rest of his life, though.
Me too.
You're in a
I'm bummed.
position where you can help a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Use your platform for good.
I tried. You can never say I didn't try, because I did. And I put that dog to bed. Sorry.
Yo, and I'm going to stand with you and never help anybody either.
Oh, no.
There you go.
Don, you actually chose not to help anybody last night, so this would
I
just be.
I was thinking about it.
So no more thinking.
It's a thought that matters.
So you're not even gonna think about helping somebody anymore. This is bullshit. This show has changed.
It's
I
bull.
stand with,
I agree.
I stand with
I don't
Connor.
like it.
I think
like
it's
it at
dumb
all.
too.
Ty, what do you think of Marianne Doe?
I think she's a little bit of a fugazi, but
No,
it's okay.
jeez
It's okay
Louise.
because I don't think anyone's talking about it. She might just be a massive fan of Chaw. She had the skull on her forehead. Like, I think she might have had a couple dips in during the game last night. So I didn't see anyone talking about that. Maybe she just loves tobacco and, you know, showing up for her favorite, product of choice.
This is the biggest reach yet, and boy, I am pumped that it happened on this program. I don't even think the internet thought of that.
I don't think they did.
I don't even think anybody on the internet thought of that.
I don't think they did.
Big tobacco.
Oh yeah, now they.
Yeah, because they're not allowed to add.
Yeah, now you're playing for tobacco, and you were covering up a conspiracy, obviously.
Oh, I mean, I would never do that. Anyone who knows me knows I would never do that.
The internet was saying this guy.
I know.
They were all saying you were in on it, too.
Me?
Not a, ESPN guy, like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had her on the program, obviously.
Yeah.
How much did you pay her? You pay her a ton of money?
What if it was us that planted her in that game?
Oh man,
So awesome.
that'd be next level.
So awesome.
All right, that's what we need to set up a viral moment.
Boo.
Now with our relationship with ESPN too, hey, keep your eyes peeled, okay? Sweet Cabana,
Yeah.
the one that can't see the field down there.
Monday Night Football, ESPN.
Make sure we get
broadcast.
a couple shots of.
We got a guy with no arms who's going to go fucking crazy during the second quarter.
And then Tuesday,
Yep.
exclusive interview, no arm guy.
Guess what?
Pat McAfee Show. Hear his story. Yeah, all right. I can see how that could be us. I wish we were that smart.
I know.
No, that'd be
Let's
next
keep
level.
that one in the
Yep.
Yep.
Chamber.
couple years from now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's
Remember.
make sure we do that, because not a bad idea, actually.
Not at all.
Really good.
To remember it for the Super Bowl.
Or a simulcast.
Super Bowl in Vegas, too. You can find anything.
Oh my God, we could send Carrot
Carrot
Top.
Top, yeah. You and I, same page.
Yeah.
We both saw Carrot Top shirtless, probably.
Yep.
Yeah. Because he's jocked.
He is jocked.
I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with Carrot Top. He is somehow more jacked now than he has ever been.
Oh, he got back on the weights?
Yeah, the working out. Yeah, I think he has gotten back on the working out. Yeah, AJ.
Okay. I'm glad, because he was completely jacked for a while, and then he kind of took a step back, still in great shape, and now he's jacked again. I'm glad.
I do think a lot of the videos that he posts of his legs, I'm going to see his dong. Like I always think I'm going to see little Carrot.
Yep.
Every time he does, because he shows a lot of his body on
does.
his Instagram videos.
Really?
He's probably jocked, obviously. Chris Angel also. Yeah, I mean,
You tell me.
That's current?
Oh, it's recent?
I think he's. I don't know if that's current, but
2022.
Is he wearing
Bottom
pants?
right.
Or is he naked?
current.
Do we think he's naked?
yeah, he's absolutely jacked. Chris Angel though, he has a podcast now. I don't know if you guys have seen this.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah, with Frank
okay.
Beer and a couple others. So
Frank
Vegas.
Love
Does
About
Bear.
fighting? Is it about fighting or what?
Imagine.
Fighting. I do believe it's life and fighting or whatever.
Cool.
But they're training, knocking people out, choking people out.
Yeah, look out, Zuckerberg.
Yeah, Super Bowl would be too obvious.
Yeah, it might be.
You got to do it on a Monday night game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put that in the back pocket for 2-3 years from now.
Okay.
Boom.
No arm guy, not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Not a bad idea. Let's remember that 2-3 years from now.
Okay. Write it down.
Let's go to the Bengals. This is good D.
Let's get some good D now. So we talked about it earlier in the week about Seattle getting in the red zone a bunch and not walking away with a bunch of points. Third quarter, 9:24 on the clock. Second and goal. Got to get points here as an offense. We're a little funky formations. They run all the time, especially down here. Watch Mike Hilton. So right now as a nickelback, it's kind of hard to figure out where you're going to line up because you do have a slot receiver in the backfield. He lines up there. Jackson Smith
and Jigba
Smith
almost had a Lombardi situation.
Yeah, runs a wheel route here, and they run a guy in the flat, two guys in the flat. And I mean, Geno, I don't know what he's looking at here because Mike Hilton is in great position, and even on top of him, you got a corner that's kind of in great position too, looking. And you have two guys down here because when you are that flat defender, you are responsible for running with that out and up. So if you see that, I feel like this should be your immediate read. This guy, or maybe even the guy behind him, so he has another lead blocker. But he stays locked on to his initial read. I'm sure when they drew this up, when they probably practiced it or scripted for success, that was open. Threw it to Mike Hilton. Mike Hilton makes a great play on the ball, and this is almost teach tape for young DBs. When you're in that position in a man turn, and you have the ability to look back to the quarterback through your man, and you play that ball, that's the best position you could be in for a wheel route for sure. I mean, once again, I don't know what Seven was looking at here. He stayed stuck on that, but you got it. I mean, this should be your check down here.
I wonder if he was looking left first.
Who's that?
He looked left first, then late turn, and then says, "Give me that."
Yeah, no. But you have to see. You got to see that defender.
The Dolphins scored a touchdown on a kind of similar play where they had the tight end out in front like that, and they threw it to Mostert and had the blocking man out.
Yeah. I would think they designed that play for that situation. Hey, if he's covered, just go there. Boom, got Kenneth Walker, who's one of the best running backs in the league, especially in open space. But, he went for the gusto. And once again, situation was second and goal. So even if you go and he gets, tackled, they've already lost some yards, been at their back here in second and goal.
Lou Anarumo's defense playing good, huh?
Good defense. Yeah, good defense.
Look at that adjustment by Hilton, though. You see that deep at Hilton slides out with that motion so he doesn't get out leveraged. If he doesn't slide out, he has to run underneath of Smith and Jigba, and boom, it's open. Probably.
Boom, leverage. Once again, it all comes back to leverage and then getting in that position and making a great play. And Mike Hilton's not necessarily known for his ball skills or making his plays on the ball. He's a physical guy. He's going to get in the pass rush. He does a lot of different things and lose defense. But, when you get down in the red area, it's all about bowling up and holding him to three. Keeping him out of that end zone, and he obviously does a great job here turning his ball over. It's a big point in the game, second half, second and goal right here.
Celebrate with your teammates.
Yeah.
Celebrate with your teammates.
Like it. Everybody running in, getting some. I like it.
Hell yeah. Are the Bengals back?
Yep.
Shall see.
The Bengals are back.
Seattle, too.
The offense still stunk. What?
Well, Seahawks, I mean, they're always going to have a good
Great secondary.
They're always going to have a good defense.
Witherspoon. Big play, fourth quarter. 2 minutes. 2 minutes left, 3rd and 9. So right here, we're showing some pressure pre-snap. Everybody drops out. They only send a 4-man rush. Boom. Throws it right to him. Tony Adams dropping once again. You are just like a tackle. Everybody just got to be in their spot. Good zone coverage. Underneath zone coverage is about getting to your spot. And if you pause it like a couple frames later, everyone getting out, hauling ass, good tempo to your spot. Everybody's looking at the quarterback underneath defenders. Everybody's in their position. Jalen Hurts thinks he can squeeze it in there and gets 3rd and 9 right at the sticks, being aware of where the sticks are, all the defenders right around the sticks. Boom. Once again, a huge play at a huge time in this game, right at the 2-minute mark.
Hey, so that's the spot you're supposed to get to, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
That's what we're calling.
Yeah, 3rd and 9. When we call cover 3, cover 2, whatever it is, you want to protect those sticks because in the league, a lot of things are simple, honestly. And a lot of these route concepts, you can see a lot of guys are going to be breaking around the sticks. You're going to have at least 2-3 guys around or shallow of the sticks for the quarterback, just in case pressure comes out or something. But you want to get your depth. That's a big thing for receivers, getting their depth. So he's getting there. He's breaking out of the sticks. He's running off. So I don't know what, Hurt saw here. I know pre-snap, he probably thought he was getting pressure from that side. And a lot of times you throw into the pressure, but once he snapped the ball, they all drop back. So once again, you got to figure something out here, tuck it, run it, do something. But this is kind of what happens to quarterbacks too after they've kind of been hit and the front has been getting after you. You can see right here, Mosley, Williams, and Adams all showing pressure. They all
that was
drop
a good
out.
fake.
These four
good disguise,
rush.
yeah.
Yep. So good disguise. All of them holding their water. And then it's one thing you saw it with the Cardinals clip against Cup. It's one thing to show disguise, but you still have to get back to where you need to be coverage-wise. And obviously they did a great job of that here with Tony Adams. And you can see Hurt just doesn't look comfortable. Even though you have space, you got a clean pocket at this point. This is kind of when you start getting that phantom pressure. I'm seeing Ghost. I'm doing this thing when you get this defense is solid, man.
Hey, that was good timing on that disguise there. I thought he was going. I mean, if you're watching from the back, you think he's going, and then
he knows it's 3rd and 9 too. It's not 3rd and 15. He can get back 8 yards and be fine with his eyes on the quarterback.
Yep, and that's something you see there if you run it back here. AQ talks about a lot. We always talk about silent counts and getting a beat on that. So as on a silent count, team on the road, that's usually that guard. He's going to look back once he gets that second leg, whatever the cadence is. He taps the center, let Kelsey know time to snap it. Boom, and they get out.
Do you guys like the decision to throw it here? Got the lead. Going up against Zach Wilson, 2 minutes left. Run the ball, make him call a timeout, punt it.
that ain't Sirianni.
No.
I don't mind.
2-point game.
That's not normal Jalen throw. Like Jalen normally doesn't do.
Yeah.
3rd and 9, very gettable. Although it hasn't been against the Jets defense, it's like
tough defense. Tough. True.
If you're just going to run and decide to punt the ball back, that's an interesting.
This is it for Jalen. I'm sure when he saw this, as soon as he threw it, this is an embarrassing play. This is something that he's not typically doing. But once again, those pressures and all those things that they've been doing all game long. He had a pick earlier in this game.
He thought Adams was coming.
He probably
in his head, Adams is gone. In his head, he's in the mush getting blocked by the boys right now.
Especially on 3rd and 9. 3rd and 9 is when you're going to get exotics and different blitzes, and I'm sure they have things, where they send a rush from that same look. Earlier in the game, I think Johnson hit Hurts' arm. Bryce Hall gets a pick, so he had been hit a few times this game. And this is the game closer after the Michael Parsons sack. Stephon Gilmore. This is kind of, as a rookie receiver, you kind of got to go through it. Even though Quentin Johnston is a big guy, a big fella, he got bodied right here by the former Defensive Player of the Year. Once again, a savvy guy, knowing exactly where the sticks are, knowing the tendencies of this team. Deron Bland actually had one in this game where he dropped the pick, but Stephon Gilmore did not. Fourth quarter, 1:30 left on the clock, 3rd and 10. You can see him settle, know exactly where this break is coming. And then, more importantly than that, now you got to beat him to the spot. Bum! Kind of box him out, hit him with that left shoulder. As a big receiver, you're not going to be able – a big receiver, a big strider, especially when veteran corners playing you off, you're not going to be able to create that type of separation. So it's like DeAndre Hopkins is a perfect example. Actually, the guy I compared him to coming out, DeAndre Hopkins isn't a receiver that's going to create a lot of separation from you, but his catch radius, his body control, his strength, and his hands is what makes him special. So Quentin Johnston needs to develop all those traits. But he's young. He'll learn, I'm sure. But this is a great job by Stephon Gilmore and him getting pressure up front. Because if you see this from the back copy, Herbert does not have a clean pocket to step into this throw. But we've seen him make throws like this, but you got to beat him to that spot if you're a big receiver. Got to beat him to that spot.
He was looking for Herbert. I mean, not really Herbert's fault. Right?
Yeah, of course, D-Bud.
No. I'm definitely not absolving Herbert at all. Yeah. He threw the ball. He's got a lot of picks in these situations. But you can't get bodied like that if you're a receiver.
Agreed. Got to make a play for your quarterback.
And then on the flip side, great job by a veteran Hall of Fame caliber cornerback with Stephon Gilmore, who doesn't get talked about a lot enough, I don't think, honestly, with the career that he's put together from Buffalo, New England, and now in Indy.
That's why nobody's talking. That's what happened in Indy. In Indy, it didn't.
Finish off some good D.
Hey, good D.
Good
Great
D.
Thank you,
Way to go,
DB.
D-Butch.
Thank you, DB.
Great D.
Really good, D-Butch.